Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. So today, from the title, you can guess what I'll be talking about. So just a brief overview before I go into that. My name is Leah Ajayi. I'm a medical doctor. Currently, I'm working in the United Kingdom. I'm Nigerian by origin, by birth origin, yeah. So I'm an internal medicine trainee doctor. So what that means is that I'm currently in the internal medicine training program. So the internal medicine is a very broad division of medicine. You have surgery, you have pediatrics, you have obstetrics and gynecology, psychiatry. So you have internal medicine. So internal medicine encompasses a lot of specialties. You have respiratory medicine, you have cardiology, gastroenterology, you have oncology, you have geriatrics. Is so very broad. I've just attached just like a table just to show you what it encompasses. So now, because I'm just at the early stage of the training, it's like it takes 7 years like to complete the whole training to be a consultant in a choice of specialty. But at the moment, I'm still currently rotating through different medical specialties. Like before I make up my mind which specialty I'm going to become a consultant in. Although I have some at the back of my mind, but let's just see how it goes because I still have some other rotations really. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. When the coronavirus pandemic began, most trusts, for instance, the trust where I work, they sort of stratified the wards to be in terms of you have patient coming through the emergency department, then we have like a COVID transition ward. So that's like the ward where all patients, coming through the ED, if they suspected COVID-19 cases, so they come straight to that ward while they're waiting for the swab result. And once the result comes back as negative, then they're transferred to the respective medical ward depending on the presenting complaint really. Then for those that were positive, then they move over to the proper COVID wards. We had quite a number. Then aside the COVID wards, then we have the high dependency unit. For instance, maybe patient requiring higher level of oxygen, higher than what is obtainable on the ward. Then of course the intensive care unit, and all these are separated into COVID and non-COVID because even if a patient needed intensive care admission and was not COVID positive, it's very important like sort of separate them. So this like the stratification really. And because I'm in internal medicine training, like I was in a medical rotation, I was in medical posting. So when it started, I've had to work on the COVID wards, on the COVID transition wards, and also on the non-COVID medical wards. So I was doing like an evening shift on the COVID ward. So one of the COVID ward really. So I was covering like the COVID transition ward and also one of the proper COVID ward. And at that time, I would say, yeah, we still had quite a number of we still had quite high number of daily cases. We still had a high number of deaths from COVID-19. Yeah. The pandemic gradually settling, we've been having like decrease in the number of daily cases, decrease in the number of deaths. I just thought to share, some of my experiences and what a typical week looked like for me. Just to talk about it, I've had so many people ask me questions like, oh, how are you coping? How did you cope? Were you not scared? Were you not afraid? And so many questions. So I'll just really like show you what a typical week looked like for me, during the heat of the coronavirus pandemic. So come along with me. So I'm at work. I'm going to hand over now. So I'm at work. So this week I'm like covering proper COVID ward, like confirmed COVID patients and just waiting for the results. I have 2 face masks. So after I see any patient, I remove the outer one and just keep the inner one. Then of course my goggles. Then other difference is noticed and without my stethoscope, because if you're in a COVID ward and the COVID patient has a cardiac arrest, if you're telling the stethoscope is supposed to drop it, so it's better not to have it, not to use it. The stethoscopes on the ward, so it's difficult talking and a bit claustrophobic. Yeah. So it's actually past 11 and I'm just eating. Like, it's been very busy. You can see some of the line marks of the face marks. Yeah, so I'm just eating and I'll go for handover by 11:30. So I just got home. It's 12 o'clock and it looks like they're still awake, waiting up for me. Oh, I have to go through the back door. Yeah, even though I've changed, but I still have to go through the back door. Yeah. So that was the end of the first day of the shift. It was quite a busy one, I would say. You know, from the start of the shift to the end, it was so busy. They were so very there were quite a number of unwell patients, like confirmed COVID-19 positive, that were very unwell. Like, I had to review them, some requiring higher oxygen, some needed review to determine, were they going to go to intensive care, were they to go to higher dependency units. So I had to examine them. I was quite in close contact, with a number of them. So I didn't know, the time just went by so fast. And I just think type of person, reflecting back, type of person, yeah, like when the work is on full on, like I don't even remember, am I supposed to eat, am I supposed to drink? Like, I'm just focused on like getting the job done, trying to see hope they're fine, trying to see the next thing to do, really. So yeah, the time went by so fast. And when although I had the tea break in between, like one of the nurses made tea for me, and then I had proper break by 11 before going to the handover. So yeah, it was a busy one that day. I would say one of the things that even kept me going, despite the fact it was busy, and even the atmosphere, which I would say was a tense one, because really you are more aware of what's going on, because you're like, these are fully confirmed COVID-19 positive patients that also quite a number very unwell. So you have that at the back of your mind even as you're working there. But one of the things that really kept me going was like the positive mental attitude of all the other staff members. Like, everyone was supportive, everyone worked as a team, everyone was looking out for each other. I mean, they have to, do I want a tea and all that? Yeah. So I think that really kept me going. And even though it was busy and considering like what was going on, but yeah, that kept me going. And I would say that was really good. And also, I made sure I also took necessary precautions even after leaving work, because I don't live alone. Like, I live with my family, just to be sure, like, I'm not trying to spread the virus to them, really. Yeah, so I made sure I had that at the back of my mind, like, you have to be careful, you have to take precautions. Yeah, you have to be more careful, really. So I'm washing my scrubs this morning. So I've been unwashing them, so when I come I just put them in this bucket. Then I put hot water, some detergents and Dettol. I just think I was not comfortable. Like, I'm not comfortable like washing it in the washing machine we used to wash like my son's clothing and the clothing of other members of my household. So yeah, this is what I've been doing. So I wash it. So I'm going to wash it this morning. If it's sunny, then I can spread it. If not, yeah, I'll just put it in the dryer to dry. Yeah. To catch some sleep. It's around 12:30, so if I can just sleep for like say one hour, 1.5 hours next before I get to work. Sleeping time. Hey, as in, you won't believe it, I woke up 3 o'clock and I have to get ready and all that. I have to pack my food also. Like, I'm just rushing now. And handover start by 4, but I think I'll get there 5 minutes before 4.
In 1.5 miles, take the exit towards Amberley, A1105.
I'm going to make some adjustment compared to yesterday. So yesterday I think I was dehydrated. Like, I didn't drink enough water because like when I have the face mask on, like I'm just so conscious that by the time I'm removing, even if I go to like the restroom and drink water and all that, but because of the face mask, so many times I'm not able to drink water very well. But today I'm going to take conscious effort to drink more water. So aside I had like 10 minutes tea break. One of the nurses made tea for me while I was busy, so I had the tea break then. Aside that, my real break time was not until 11. Like, it was so busy. It was very busy. There are lots of patients that were unwell, both those that had COVID infection and those that did not have. So yeah, it was very busy yesterday. So I made it to handover. I made it just in time. Yeah, handover starts at 4. I've just told them not to wait up for me today because yesterday they were home waiting up for me at home until I got home. It's going to be a lot of stress for them. They keep waiting for me. Yeah, and Nathaniel, even when I got home, like, he wouldn't allow anyone to put him to sleep. He just came to me and was cuddling me, and I had to put him to sleep. So I also think, like, when I do night, that affects the sleep pattern. See you. So it's not yet. I'm busy now. It's settled, so I've just said let me grab something to eat, like before it kicks off or something. And like, if you recall, like, I left home in a hurry, so I didn't have anything to eat, so I'm hungry. So I'll be eating. I'll show you with Marvin. I'm having some like cauliflower and veggies rice stir fry with turkey and tripe. I'll show you how I made this cauliflower, so watch out for the video. Yeah. So break time is over. I've had something to eat, and as you can tell, I'm excited. So my energy is refueled. I've had water to drink. Yeah, ready to go back. So I'm having another break. What's the time? It's like 8:30 to have some fruits. So compared to yesterday, today has been better. Then I've had a lot more help, like more doctors to help out with jobs. Yeah. So yesterday, like I didn't really know, like the time just went by so fast and it was so busy. Yeah, but today is much better. Although I've seen quite a number of unwell patients, but yeah, it's much calm, will I say, than yesterday. So I'll have some fruit now and water, and yeah, go back. So I finished for the day, and I'm done with the handover. So home time, yay! So I've had my shower, I've changed my clothing, so I'm just going downstairs. They're still awake, like they stayed up. They said they were waiting for me. Oh yeah. So yeah. So at the end of the second day, because the first day when I got home, they were still waiting up for me. I got home around 12 o'clock, and they were still awake, and they were really concerned and worried about me, and they were like, "Oh, how are you doing?" and all that. So I just told them, like, I didn't think it was wise for them to keep waiting up for me, because I could tell it, apart from the psychological and the mental impact effect was having on them, having just to worry, that I was exposed, like to COVID-19 patient, and I was seeing them like on daily basis. For them staying at home, I think it was just going to contribute to the stress to them. So I just told them, please don't just wait up, like you can just sleep, then I'll come in through the back door and like shower and do all that. I just told them not to wake up, but they still stayed up. Like they said, they just wanted to make sure I was fine. Yeah. So which was really touching. Yeah. Also, like, when the whole pandemic started, so they've been having like prayer sessions for me at home. So my mom is around, she came visiting, and she's not been able to go back, due to the lockdown, flight cancellations. So my husband and my mom, they've been holding, like almost every day they hold prayer sessions for me. They send them text messages, words of encouragement, saying, we are praying for you, God is going to keep you, God is going to guide you. And I think that really went a long way to sort of making me calm and more focused, even at work, even considering what was going on. So that also really helped me, to also have a positive attitude towards what was going on, really. Bye bye. The weather is so nice, like it's sunny, giving me summer vibes. Happy Thursday. So I'm at work. It's like 1:40 p.m. It's not 4 p.m. because I start my shift at 4 p.m. But I've had to come in early because I have a meeting tomorrow afternoon. The meeting is like a review of my first year in internal medicine training. So it's like a review to see if I've met the requirement for the first year. So I have some things yet to finish putting together. It's more like a soft copy version of a portfolio, so trying to put everything together. So I've had to come in early because if I stay home, my son will just cling to me and I wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah, so I've had to come in early, and hopefully I'm able to get some things done before I go for handover at 4 p.m. Yeah, so see you later. So I'm starting my shift now, this past 4, and I'm back from handover. I need to see some patients and do some jobs. See you. I'm on a short break, like a 10 minutes break. It's quite warm, so I'm just trying to get some fresh air. So I'm just sitting by the window to try and get some fresh air. I'm feeling so warm. So yes, some of the patients I've seen over the past 2 days, they were quite very unwell, and like they were COVID positive. Some of them have passed, like some of them have died, and yeah, the turnover is still quite much, even though like the news says is saying like we're off peak. There's still like a lot of influx of people becoming positive with COVID-19 and who are very unwell, like requiring high flow oxygen. Yeah, so I would just say it's quite important for everyone to stay safe, to make sure you practice social distancing, wash your hands, take necessary precautions. It's very important. Yeah, that's what I think. See you later. So I'm on my break, like proper break now. I'll be eating, so it's past 9. 22 past 9. So between the last 10 minutes break and now, it's been quite busy. There's been like a rapid influx of patients. There's been increase in number of tests coming back. Some positive, some negative. Then we need to review them. Some are quite poorly, really. So it's been busy. I'm just going to eat now, and I'll show you. I'm having fried rice. Let me show. So I'm having fried rice. There's plantain, there's chicken, and that's Pengasi's fish. Over there. Yeah, so it's fried rice I'm having today. I've had the fruit I brought earlier, and I have the strawberries left. Yeah. Break is over. I need to go back. And by the end of the 3rd day of my shift, really, each day I just reflect and try to say, oh, what can I do better? And I would say, one of the most difficult times for me during this time, and even particularly this week, was discussions with family members. Like I had several telephone conversations with family members. Some wanted updates, and some really wanted to know, how the relative or family member was doing at that time. And it was quite difficult conversation because, to be honest, like some were very poorly, and had to have discussion and really tell them, like give them the true picture of what was going on. And quite a number also were on end of life care, and yeah, during the course of the week some also passed away. So I would say those times were really some of the difficult times, having those conversations. Some were crying over the phone, and also more heartbreaking, they could not be there with them, except for those that were on former end of life care, and just one person was allowed to come in, just to see before they passed away. So it was quite heartbreaking, hearing the cry and all that. But even one touching thing was, even despite this difficult conversation, difficult moments, I would say almost everyone I had discussion with you, at the end of the conversation, they were like, oh, we so thank you for your hard work. Thank you, for putting your life on the line. Thank you for looking after a family member, a relative. And that was really so heartwarming. That went a long way. That even despite the difficult moment they were, despite the bad news, at some point, you have to break to them, but they were still so thankful, and say, oh, thank you to all the health workers, thank you to everyone. working hard during this pandemic. So yeah, that was so heartwarming for me. So I just finished my meeting. Now it took like close to 1.5 hours. It's quite detailed, but at least like I'm through with that, because like I was so stressed, trying to put several reports, write several things, reflections. But at least I have that done, so which is good. So I have to like drive to the other space, like 30 minutes drive. Well, we start to work by 4, and yeah, today is also Friday, and I'm so excited. Like it's the end of the week, and I think we need some family time tomorrow to get to do some things, some very interesting things. So I think we're going to have a barbecue. So watch out for that. I'll be posting like the video of that, and just have a stroll around the neighborhood, because actually since we moved there we've not had a stroll around. Yeah, but the weather is good, and of course we're trying to limit going out to other places except it's necessary. So I think we'll just take a walk around in the warm weather. Okay. Yeah, I'm at work now. I'm going to hand over. I'm at work now. I'm going to the handover. 6. Like I want to eat now. What's the time? It's just about 5 p.m. But I'm so hungry. Like I've only had cereals today, because I had to rush for my meeting. So it's still quiet now. So I'm just going to eat. Like I'm hungry. I'm going to show you what I'm having. The cauliflower rice stir fry. I don't even know what name is called it, because it has so many ingredients in it. So that's some olives with it. Then the Pegasus fish, that's Pegasus fish, and chicken. So yeah, cauliflower stir fry rice, that's what I'll call it. And I'm having some malt drink with it. To get, at least I need the calories really, like I'm hungry. So I'm having like another short, I'm having like a short break this time. It's past 9. It's been fairly busy, so there's been a couple of very unwell COVID positive patients, and we've also had some that with COVID has come back negative. So it's just been a mixture of several things. So I'll just have some fruits now, try to drink water and rehydrate myself before going back. And I will say, oh, now we have longer days and shorter nights, so it's still sort of bright even at this time. Yeah. Okay. So I'm finished for tonight. I've changed my outfit. I've finished from Andover, and I'm going home. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm home now, and I'm still in the car. That's why it still is not that bright. Yeah. So today is Friday, and I'm off this weekend. Thankfully. So we're just planning, like we're going to have some family time. We're going to have barbecue and just a stroll around. Because I've checked the weather forecast and it says it's going to be warm, so which is good. So I hope you've like gained an insight into like how it's been like working with COVID positive patients and those that are like very unwell, very sick. It's just a brief run through really what happens, and as a healthcare professional, as a mother, basically like I just hope you found it useful really. I just thought to just do like that short video. Yeah, so this week let me say it was a bit stressful for me, not just going to work, but if you recall, like I said, I had a meeting like as regards my end of first year training program. So like I was really thinking how to put several things together, write many reports, I make sure like I finished just before I had my meeting today. So yeah, I've not been sleeping that well, and aside going to work, so I think that was the other part like that contributed stress to this week for me. So not just going to work, and also going to work, yeah, it was busy. Yeah, it was busy there. A lot of unwell patients, and on the other side too, you also have some patient getting better. So it's a mixture, of both. But the main thing that's really helped me like is just keeping, my mind clear. Trying to take necessary precautions. At the end of the fourth day, one other thing that was really touching was, the family members of one of the patients, brought in pizza for all staff members, like every day, every night, brought in pizza, and they were always saying, "Oh, so thank you so much, for looking after our dad. Thank you for all you're doing." And yeah, that was really thoughtful of them, I must say. And to even think, people, despite the difficult moments, but can still be appreciative, can still be thankful for all the for everyone that was working during the pandemic. Yeah, so it was it was touching. Also, because I'm sure you've seen the video, had the meeting, the report. I was in the library, yeah, so I've had the review of the end of my first year. And although some of the things like I could not do, for instance, my exam, I was supposed to write an exam, it was postponed due to the pandemic. But overall, based on everything I've done, they say, "Oh, so I've basically I'm able to progress to the next stage, like next year of my training." Yeah, so which is a good news for me even at this time. Yeah, I've had several messages from people saying, "Leah, how have you been coping?" Like that, even because like sometimes I post like motivational quotes, or just take pictures, and my personal pictures really, and just use on my status, and they're like, "Oh, like and they send message like, "Oh, like we're so proud of you," and just seeing your pictures, your positive mindset, and that they are motivated, to stay strong, to keep on going. So several people ask me, they've been asked even at work, "Oh, how have I been coping? Am I worried? What has kept me going?" Really, even my family members here and even back home in Nigeria, relatives, everyone is always sending message, "Oh, Leah, we're praying for you, please stay safe, we just praying," and so on. I can understand the concern and worry, because at that time, at the height of the pandemic, I would say at that point they were quite the news, quite a high number of deaths, high number of daily cases. There were a number of healthcare workers, several that died from them, and even from the reports, like most of them were like from the Black, either Asian, minority ethnic group. So I could really understand their concern and worry, where it really stemmed from. So some of the things like that's been helping me during this pandemic, just I've been trying to just keep a positive mindset, staying calm, staying focused, because I just thought of it like worrying was not really going to do anything. Worry was just going to add additional stress to what was already going on. So I just try I try to keep a positive mindset. Another thing that's really helped me is prayer, because I'm a Christian, so I pray. So once I pray, that really has a way of like keeping me calm, helping me to remain focused, like clear my head space, and just say, okay, focus on work when you're at work, and take safety precautions. Even with all the news, even with number of deaths, just try to stay focused and take necessary precautions. So that's really helped me a lot. Also, like whenever I'm off, maybe have the weekends off, I try to spend time with my family. Like for instance, the weekend, after the I recorded this diary, so the weekend after, then we had a walk, and we had the walk in the park. Then we also had like a mini barbecue session with some music. It was really, I would say it went a long way in relieving me of all the stress I've been through. It was very therapeutic for me, because I just discovered, yeah, I felt better, I felt lighter, and even the next week after I returned back to work, yeah, I was much better. And also try to have discussions with my husband, with my family members, and just try to tell them not to worry, even though in the news of people dying, high number of cases. I just try to tell them that, see, just don't worry, I'm trying to take necessary precautions, that even if I contract COVID-19, that I'm sure it's going to be mild symptoms. So I just try to talk with them and try to relieve them of, and try to answer their question, because they're like, oh, why is there no vaccine? How does the vaccine, oh, they've been hearing news of this drug, that drug. So I just try to answer their questions. And yeah, I think that was also a good way of coping, really. I also try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Like you can see in one of the days, I had an early morning workout session. That really helps me to distress. Yeah, it's a very good way of distressing for me. And also try to eat healthy, like try to balance my diet, try to make sure I eat veggies, fruits, try to ration portion of meals I eat, really. Yeah, so that also was a way for me to cope. So I'm sure some of you are thinking, was I worried at any point, or was I scared at any point? I would say the answer is yes and no, really. So yes, on one hand, because I was quite concerned that because of my exposure, like multiple exposure to COVID-19 positive patient, and some who were very, very unwell, I was quite concerned of not even spreading the virus to other members of my family, because I didn't have the luxury of saying, oh, I was going to live away from them. Like my son is 18 months and I live with my husband. Like I didn't have the luxury to say, oh, okay, I want to live elsewhere and just leave them alone, like throughout that period of time. It was not something I could do. So I was quite concerned. I said, oh, Leah, just be careful. So at the back of my mind, I'm like, Leah, just try to take all the safety precautions. So there's some daily precautions like I take, like before I leave the hospital, I change my clothing. When I get home, I come through the back door, remove all clothing. And also in one of the videos, like I hand wash all my scrubs. Like yeah, I don't wash it in the washing machine. I hand wash everything and spread them. If it's not sunny, then I use the dryer. Because I was just thinking, like, ways by which, okay, I can reduce the risk of spread. Then I use short hair. Like I don't use long hair to work, I use short hair. So when I get home, I just try to cover my hair immediately. And also try to go with minimal things to work, so I can really just put them in the corner. My phone, I try to use a cling film or keep them like in a poly pocket. So several things just to reduce the risks of spread to my family, really. Yeah. No, on the other hand, because I don't know, I just believe that even if I contracted it, like I was going to recover, and it would just be mild symptoms. Yeah, because I've had quite a number of colleagues who tested positive, and they were away for some time, and yeah, they recovered. Although there's also been quite a number of healthcare workers, even with no underlying health conditions, who have sadly passed away during this pandemic. So I was also aware of that fact, but I also try to keep a positive mindset that, okay, even if it comes to that point where, oh, like if I have symptoms and like test positive, that okay, I was just going to take it one day at a time. So I just try to, I would say, short out that part of my mind to say, okay, let's just take it one day at a time and face what is going on, really. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've just gained an insight really into what it was at the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I would say, even though at the moment there's like a very steady decline number of cases and number of deaths, and some countries are like, oh, the coronavirus free, don't forget to still take safety precautions. And regular hand washing is very important. Social distance is very important. Make sure you stay safe, stay alert, stay healthy, and make sure you're up to date with information from the government as regards what should be done if you think you're exposed, if you think you have COVID-19. And until next time, I will see you. Bye. And if you're wondering, did I have COVID-19 eventually? Did I get symptoms? And you just want, throughout this pandemic, what has really happened? That was, and if you're wondering, was there a point where I had the symptoms? I would say yes, I did have mild COVID-19 symptoms, and I did take the test. So for everything related to that, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification button. We're talking about all that in my next video.